Good morning, everyone. We are excited to present our final group project that is protecting pandas. It's part of our cybersecurity course. This project is titled Project 7.1 Protecting Pandas and is presented by the Group 5 team members named Rajesh Kumar Singh and Subrat Kumar Mishra. Let's begin by understanding the core of the issues that we are going to address. Protecting giant pandas from cyber poaching. Our project focuses on a critical challenge in protecting giant pandas in the Jinlia Jiangmao forest preserve in China. The World Panda Protection Link or WPPL has developed a sensor network to monitor giant panda movements across the large forest region. These reserves are vast, and although technology has enhanced our ability to track pandas, it has also introduced new cybersecurity vulnerabilities. Unfortunately, poachers have started to exploit these vulnerabilities using computer systems to locate, track, and even kill pandas. This has become a serious threat to the survival of an already endangered species. The executive summary of our project highlights the urgent need for a stronger cybersecurity defense strategy. Despite enhancement, recent breaches in WPPL sensor network reveal exploitable weaknesses. Poachers are using these loopholes to harm pandas population. Our goal with this project is to recommend a solution that combines robust encryption, improved system security, AI-powered monitoring, and enhanced ranger training. These recommendations are crafted to be effective, affordable, and easy to implement, ensuring that pandas in the preserve can be protected for generations to come. To sum up, our investigation is a step towards bridging the gap between the wildlife conservation and modern cybersecurity. We hope our findings and recommendations can help transform how wildlife preserves secure their critical data and infrastructure from technological threats. Let us now walk through our research methodology, technical findings, and proposed defense measures in more details. This slide shows the overview of the problem. The giant panda, an iconic and endangered species, is under increasing threat from poachers in the Jinli Forest Preserve in China. The World Panda Protection League (WPPL) has implemented a sensor network to track and monitor pandas in real time. However, recent evidence suggests that poachers have begun exploiting vulnerabilities in the network using cyber methods to locate and hunt pandas. This necessitates a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy to safeguard data integrity, prevent unauthorized access, and ensure ranger effectiveness in protecting pandas. So in this slide, we are going to discuss about the overview of the problems also. Now that we understand the situation, let's break down the problem into more details and look at what we aim to achieve. The core problem is clear. Poachers have started exploiting vulnerabilities in the panda tracking network. They are using cyber techniques to intercept data and locate pandas, turning a conservation tool into hunting weapons. This issue is more than just technical, it has a deep significance. First, we are talking about the endangered species. Any threat to the giant panda is a threat to its very survival. Second, the ripple effect extends to the ecosystem where pandas play a key role in biodiversity. And third, this undermines conservation efforts that have taken decades to build. Let's also talk about the specific threat vectors. Poachers are intercepting and analyzing sensor data. They are taking advantage of network vulnerabilities, things like unencrypted signals and unsecured access points. Even worse, they have learned how to spoof sensor signals and use software to track panda movement patterns, giving them a huge tactical advantage. Our team has laid out seven clear goals. First one, identify where the WPPL sensor network is most vulnerable. Second one, Develop a strong cybersecurity framework to protect real-time tracking data. Third one, support rangers by improving their ability to respond to cyber threats. Fourth one, implement solutions that are not only effective but also affordable and sustainable. Fifth one, keep false alarms to a minimum so rangers can stay focused on real threats. Sixth one, ensure the long-term survival of the panda population in the preserve. Number seven, and finally, deliver actionable recommendations that rangers can actually use on the ground. Ultimately, this is not just a technical challenge, it's a mission to protect one of the world's most iconic species from a very modern digital threat. In the next slide, we'll walk through the specific vulnerabilities we discovered and how poachers are exploiting them. Let's dive into the findings from our discussion with the ranger team and our own research. We identified three critical cybersecurity gaps. The first one is unencrypted or poorly protected sensor data is being exploited by the poachers to track pandas in real time. Second one, the system suffers from weak authentication and unsecured communication channel. This makes it easier for attackers to tap into the sensor signals, especially the RFID tags, without needing to breach physical infrastructure. And lastly, the existing countermeasures are outdated. They are no match for today's modern cyber threats, especially when attackers are using advanced technology. Now let's look at the environment where this is all happening. We're working on the Jinli Forest Preserve, which is a 1,270 square kilometer area covered in dense bamboo forests. There are 171 wild pandas here, but terrain is rough, infrastructure is limited, and maintaining sensor equipment is a huge challenge. As for the pandas themselves, they are solitary creatures that roam for food or shelter. Each panda wears a tag that is detected by nearly sensors. Tragically, the last panda killed was Bibo, an old male. His loss was devastating to both the team and the local population. The threat, poachers who are highly motivated, well equipped, and extremely dangerous. They carry radios, computers, even books on cybersecurity and cryptography. What's alarming is that while they are never physically attacked the ranger station or tampered with the sensor, they are still able to locate the pandas. Some rangers have been reported being attacked while encountering poachers in the field. Here is how the monitoring system works. It includes over 4,000 solar powered sensors that form a mesh network. Each sensor records timestamp, sensor ID, panda ID, temperature, and humidity. The data is sent using short-range radio signals across the network to the ranger station. At the ranger station, the data is stored in server, which is logged out, but critically it doesn't encrypt the plant. At the ranger station, the data is stored on kill-in server, which is logged out. Critically, it doesn't encrypt the Panda data. In short, while the system is technologically advanced in some ways, it's seriously lacking in basic cybersecurity protection. This is where the danger lies, and it's what we aim to address in our recommendation. These findings reveals critical vulnerabilities in how the WPL monitoring system is designed and operated. To understand the risk in depth, we analyze how the system collects, transmits, and stores Panda data and where these processes are being exploited by poachers. So here you can see our findings, technical architecture, monitoring system. So here the Panda is located at different locations. They are nearby RFID, they are sending signals to the monitoring center. So data flow and capture, here the data flow consists of your data collection system and the protocols used like this uh, ultra high frequency RFID, then there is data transmission mode, then data storage and monitoring, then security as render system, then access control and remote monitoring. So these are various weaknesses which you detected for different subsections. such as for data collection, obfuscation of metadata where timestamp and patterns can be analyzed by poachers. So continue our finding with RFID and risk. You can see this was RFID being a key tracking tech for pandas. It exposes data to poachers through collisions, cloning, and signal errors to bring, especially when uninhibited. So these are RFID challenges. For example, RFID is prone to too many issues such as reader collision and tag collision, RFID security and privacy concerns. Poachers with handheld readers can detect partner tags. Unauthorized reading occurs without physical contact or user awareness. Unique tag IDs may be linked to specific panda movement patterns. So this is the finding summary where you can find the current vulnerabilities. First one is unsecured communication channel. Second one is weak authentication and access control. Third one is lack of network monitoring. Fourth one is poacher use of AI and GPS spoofing, then RFID privacy leakage, then metadata pattern exploitation. The last one is limited physical access control. In this slide, we are going to discuss about the proposed solution. First one is cybersecurity measures. Encrypt sensor data at reset and in transit. Implement multi-factor authentication and deploy real-time intrusion detection system IDS. Upgrade access control protocols and encrypt and harden RFID tags. Then there are other aspects like network. In this slide, we can discuss about justifications for recommendations. Is the approach and pros and cons. Then approach includes increasing physical patrols, then AI-powered cameras surveillance, then FHSS communication, QA RSSI verification, cryptography encryption, and decoy GPS transmitters.
Thank you, Subrat. I'll take it from here. Now that we have identified the threats poachers pose to WPPL sensor network, let's look at the challenges and corresponding mitigation strategies we have proposed to the client. One of the most critical vulnerabilities is encrypted data transmission, which allows poachers to intercept Panda location data. To mitigate, we recommended to deploy the AES 256 and ECC based encryption for both in transit and at rest data. Another major challenge is RF jamming and replay attacks, which is nothing but FH. To counter this, we apply time of arrival and recognize the human risks, such as insider threats or delayed range response due to terrain. These are being handled through ranger training, MFA, and AI-powered surveillance drones. Together, these mitigation strategies form to implement this cybersecurity framework in a structured and sustainable manner. We have designed a five-phase rollout plan. Phase 1 begins with complete security audit to assess vulnerabilities in the current sensor infrastructure. This phase is essential for establishing a baseline. In phase 3 focus on the human element by training the rangers on cyber hygiene, secure communication, and phishing awareness. This builds operation resilience on the ground. Phase 4, where we introduce the AI-driven monitoring for anomaly detections and pattern recognitions. It helps to identify irregular panda movement or spoofed signals early stage. Finally, at phase 5, we integrate GPS anti-spoofing mechanisms using triangulation and RSSI validation to protect against tracking deceptions. Let's briefly review the timeline and budget of five-phase implementations. The total rollout is expected to take about 33 months, and it is include audit, tech deployment, training, AI integration, and GPS defenses. The estimated cost is just under 200,000, covering hardware and software, including encryption modules, AI systems, ranger training, and GPS security. The cost distributed is carefully structured. The encryption and RF despite, let's conclude, cybersecurity is no longer a luxury in wildlife conservation but a necessity. The WPPLs, we as a cybersecurity consultants proposed architecture that directly addresses the threats poachers are exploiting through layered encryption, FHSS-based radio protection, and GPS signal validation using TOA and RSSI. Our phased roadmap ensures practically and feasible with the rollout in the stages, starting with the auditing, technical deployment, and ranger empowerment. We also ensured it is cost efficient. This solution delivers a strong protection with inspired by global example like Kaziranga in India. This model blends technical rigor with real world deploymentability.